In September of 2014, we made a video about how the Vita had died. RIP the Vita. In April of 2015, I bought a Vita. I can explain. I pay for PlayStation Plus, and every month it comes with free PlayStation Vita games that look pretty damn good. That April, Titan Souls was free on PlayStation Plus, and cross-save between PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita sounded like the coolest thing ever. And you know what? It is. The Vita is an amazing little device with great capabilities, so what the hell happened? And when did it die? The Vita was released in Japan in late 2011 and in North America in early 2012. It was created to compete with the rise of smart device games, which were particularly popular in Japan. You see, most Japanese homes only have one TV. That's why the Wii U has a screen on the gamepad, so somebody could be watching TV while somebody else is playing video games. PlayStation Vita launched with a pretty substantial amount of games. Most of them were ports or offshoots of PlayStation 3 games to show off the hardware. The best reviewed of them was Rayman Origins. Possibly the most notable of them was Uncharted Golden Abyss. But critics weren't too fond of this one. It didn't live up to the standard that Naughty Dog had set. But an 80 is pretty respectable to me, I think. The initial hype of the PlayStation Vita was enough to give it a decent start. Its games were a little bit lackluster, but that's not really what the main draw was. People bought this thing to have the power of a home console in their pocket, and if the hardware wasn't powerful enough, it had remote play for select PlayStation 3 games. However, the marketing for the PlayStation Vita made it seem like it had remote play for all PlayStation 3 games. There was even a class action lawsuit filed against Sony for this. If you owned a PlayStation Vita prior to June 1st, 2012, you were entitled to $25. But more likely, you never heard about this and you didn't get anything. Today, all PlayStation 4 games work with remote play on a hardware level. Some are tuned a lot better than others. For example, Destiny's controls worked so well on the Vita that Bethesda hired the same guy to do the control scheme for the remote play of Fallout 4. Has anybody ever had a more niche job than this guy? Despite the Vita's awesome hardware, we never really got any AAA exclusives. At launch, we got Uncharted Golden Abyss. Also in 2012, we got Black Ops Declassified, but those mobile versions of Call of Duty games were always watered down. It sold pretty well though, because it's Call of Duty, of course it sold well. Later in 2013, we got Killzone Mercenary. Looking at the sales chart, not many of these games made it over the 1 million sales mark globally. Publishers were starting to see that the Vita wasn't really worth the investment. In the US, things were really dire for the Vita. In Japan, things were a little bit better. The Vita was, and still is, a great home for JRPGs. They had Sword Art Online, God Eater, Soul Sacrifice, Phantasy Star, Digimon. Hell, this year, they even have a Dragon Quest game. Persona 4 Golden was the most popular here in the States. It even sold more in the States than it did in Japan, probably because it was one of the only JRPGs that they localized for North America. The Vita is a great platform for lovers of JRPGs, but I guess it wasn't enough for publishers to want to bring these games to American audiences. I guess you're just gonna have to be willing to pay the extra couple bucks to import it. But now Amazon, you can buy Japanese games off Amazon. To breathe new life into the Vita here in North America, Sony decided to market it as kind of an indie machine. After the launch of the PlayStation 4, many of the PlayStation Plus free games for the month were indies for the Vita. I love some of these games. I'd much rather play these indie games on my Vita than on my PlayStation 4 or my computer. These games don't require a lot of horsepower, so there's no reason not to put them on the Vita. Being able to play them wherever I want is a huge plus for me. I think 2D or isometric indie games are where the Vita shines. It's why I got the damn thing. It's just unfortunate that not a lot of people have the Vita. So not a lot of people are buying games for the Vita, so the publishers lost faith in the console. And these indie developers don't have a lot of money or a lot of resources to develop games for a console that isn't going to give them a lot in return. The community is still there though, and those guys are die-hard Vita fans. Watch the comments. I'm happy Sony's keeping up support for the Vita. It's kind of amazing, but it's a shame that it's on its way out. I can't pinpoint when the Vita died or what killed it. It seems to have been a lot of things. At first glance, it looks like the Vita had the steepest decline in 2015, but if you look at the charts, every console had a decline in 2015. Looking a little bit further back, it looks like the Vita has been on the decline since it came out. Maybe it's not even dead yet. It's just been dying a slow, painful death since its inception. I guess we're all born dying. Ugh. Yeah, I said that.
How could this happen?
But you know what? It still did better than the Wii U. The 3DS's hardware isn't quite there, but it has a fantastic library of exclusives. People debate this. I don't know how you can debate this. It has fun games that are really popular. Throw Mario into the game, and it's going to sell a lot. You put a little gloss of Nintendo polish over it, people are going to want it. System sales are attributed to the amount of successful games that the console has. That's why you buy the console, isn't it? With all of these NX rumors, it seems that the 3DS is on its way out too. Will we see a revival in the Vita? Probably not. For the time being, we'll still be getting these PlayStation Plus free games every month, but you can forget about big budget exclusives here in the States. Except Severed, Drinkbox is making an exclusive game for the Vita, and you Vita owners better freaking support them. This is your last freaking chance to show them that the Vita is worth something. Instead of leaving a nasty comment down there telling me the Vita's not dead, why don't you go buy this freaking game? Anyway, what do you guys think about the PlayStation Vita? Do you have it? Are you still playing it? Do you want it? Are you thinking about buying it now, this late in the game? Leave it in the comments below. Add me on Twitter. All this other social media garbage. I'm still playing mine, but I'm only playing the free games that I get. I'm not really buying any games. I'm excited to play this one that I forgot the name of that I just downloaded because it was free this month. Anyway, we have new videos every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Wednesday nights, Wulff Den Live. Don't you ever forget about that. Be a part of our podcast. And the most important thing that you can do is subscribe, but more importantly, share this with a friend. We're almost at 10,000 subs, and even if you don't sub, somebody else that you're friends with might want to sub and help us out. And because we're almost at 10,000 subs, we have a contest going on where you can win $100 worth of PlayStation games. Link is in the description. Go do that. And you see this shirt? I love this shirt. Look at this shirt. Do you love this shirt? You can love your shirt if you go to tpublic.com and buy yourself one of these things. That link is also in the description. Or right here in a card. How about that? Thank you guys very much, and have a good week. Unless I see you at Wulff Den Live, then have a good day or so. So instead of the actual console handling the bulk of the graphics processing, Nintendo's servers will. Or alternatively, and I don't see many people talking about this, the home console itself could provide the processing power to the handheld version, similar to how the Vita's remote play works. I'm getting the same kind of vibe with this that I did with Street Passes on the 3DS. I want to be friends with everybody. I want a bajillion coins. I want my level to go up. Does any of that add any real value to my life? No. There was even a clash action I can't say that. Clash action lawsuit. Wow.